What's up, everybody? And yes, we are here at Detroit Lions training camp. No, I'm serious. This is actually Detroit Lions training camp behind me. No, I'm serious. Okay, believe me. This is. Anyways, we are here at Detroit Lions training camp, and here are my takeaways from Sunday's training camp day. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so we're going to start this off with the participation report. As always, that's just how we do things around here. That's the best method that I have found doing these videos, is to start off with the participation report. So now that we're sitting here, at Detroit Lions training camp, obviously it looks really real behind me. We're going to get into that participation list. So let's start it off with the man that eats a whole bunch of snacks, and that is Damon Harrison. Snacks Harrison remains on the NFI list. He has now missed 14 practice days. 14 practice days. And Matt Patricia doesn't seem to be worried at all. Matt Patricia seems to be okay. He says this is a veteran type of guy. He's been through a lot of snaps, and he'll be okay. They're just making sure he is healthy when he comes back. Also, Steve Longa is also on that PUP list. We've seen him on there for a while as well. Now, there are some guys that were out. Most of these were due to rest. Now, those guys include Matthew Stafford, Marvin Jones Jr., Lowen, and Atkins. Okay, now Atkins was actually absent from practice. I haven't found any answers on why he was absent, but he was absent from practice. Now, Matthew Stafford and Marvin Jones, right? Matthew Stafford just took a day off. Now, this is the second day off. And Marvin Jones Jr. took a day off, right? So why are these guys resting? What's going on here? Well, I think I figured out the answer. So basically, both of these guys were at Matthew Stafford's house watching The Lion King at a sleepover. And they were up way too late. They were eating way too many cheese puffs, so they got sick, and that's why they're resting. That's the story that I came with. But if you guys want to hear something that's probably not realistic at all, it's that they're just trying to rest because this was something that was planned for Matthew Stafford a while back. And Marvin Jones Jr., we really haven't found an answer on why he is resting, but it doesn't seem to be a big deal. But Matt Patricia really wouldn't comment on that. Now, looking at some players that were limited, we have guys like Trey Flowers who are back. Trey Flowers is back. What a good feeling. Jamal Agnew was also limited. We saw Thompson also limited. Now, there were some guys that were full practice today that have been kind of limited, and that was really nice to see. Those guys include Darius Slay, Christian Jones, Tommy Lee Lewis, Wynn, Carney, and Dooley. Okay, all of these guys were full practice, and those are really good to see because, as we know, Slay was not practicing at all for a long time. He was back. He played well today. I'll get to that in a second. Christian Jones is back. That's good. Tommy Lee Lewis, a guy that we haven't seen a lot of. Now he's back in full, so that's really good. Now, there were also some guys that didn't participate, maybe because of injuries. Those guys include Tom Savage, Terrell Crosby, Mike Daniels, Ray Smith, Austin Bryant, Malik Carney, Jared Davis, Tease Tabor, and Deshaun Hand. Now, Deshaun Hand was actually walking around without the arm brace on at times, so maybe that's a good sign that he's getting back into the swing of things. He hasn't practiced at all, but I don't know. I mean, it's probably a good thing to take off your brace. Now, let's get into the fun part, and here are my takeaways. Now, the first thing before we get into the takeaways is I have some news. The Detroit Lions have cut Trey Lamar because of injuries, and they have signed Deontez Alexander, the wide receiver. So I thought I would get that into you guys really quickly. And now let's get into the takeaways. So apparently Josh Johnson is getting very comfortable with this new offense. He didn't have a great day, but he is getting more comfortable. And I know there's definitely mixed thoughts on bringing in Josh Johnson. We'll just leave that there for now. You guys can debate that in the comments below if you want to. But my takeaways are that there is no practice Monday, and there will be a short practice on Tuesday before they head out to Houston because, as we know, they'll have the joint practices, and then they will get into that preseason game. So tomorrow, there will be no takeaways because there will be no practice. So with that, Matthew Stafford will technically have 3 rest days in a row. Also, Darius Slay played really well. I said Darius Slay was back. He played well. He ripped the ball out of Travis Fulgham's hands, the rookie, okay? And this is just what Darius Slay does. He played really well as a cornerback. Finally, like I said, he's full, and we definitely need this guy on the field. One of the most important players on our team by far. Amani also had a nice pass breakup. He had a few of those. One actually like near the wide receiver, another diving pass breakup. Amani looks a lot better. He's just getting better slowly and slowly. But again, this is a rookie, so you got to give these guys time. Mistakes happen. And another guy that is a rookie, that is Isaac Nauta, who made a great move on Will Harris and then dropped the pass. And I know some people were saying, hey, this guy's the best hands in the draft. He also dropped the pass in the first preseason game. So you got to take it how it is. These guys are rookies. They're nervous. They're learning. Things happen, okay? Even though he was known to have sure hands, the most sure hands coming out of the draft, he's still going to drop passes because that's just what happens. Now, if you look at TJ Hockenson doesn't do anything wrong. Every single time we make a takeaway video, TJ Hockenson's balling. So let me just throw that out there. Then we have Rashaan Melvin, who actually had an interception on some weird drills that they were doing, so it was kind of strange. But he did come up with an interception on an underthrown ball by Josh Johnson. So, yeah, Josh Johnson, like I said, didn't have a great day, but he does seem to be getting a lot more comfortable. Now, we have seen Chris Lacey kind of ball out. Chris Lacey has had to take over a very big role for the Detroit Lions recently because Chris Lacey, with Marvin Jones Jr., resting, Chris Lacey has an opportunity to prove himself. He's been playing with the starters, and he has been doing his thing. He caught a couple of nice passes, and he actually made a really nice catch on Darius Slay. Yes, big play Slay. He made a nice play on that guy. So that's really good to see. Now, Andrew Adams is back. Andrew, why do you keep coming back, my guy? Well, because he just keeps making plays. Andrew Adams is known for making plays because he just keeps coming up with interceptions like he did today on an overthrown pass by Josh Johnson. Once again, an overthrown pass by Josh Johnson leads to an interception by Andrew Adams. And Andrew Adams has been making a lot of these. By some people's counts, that is 5 interceptions this offseason. And hopefully we can see him do some of that during the season. But again, I think this guy's definitely going to make the team. He just finds himself in the right spot. Not always the most sticky cover guy, but he's just in the right position to come up with interceptions. And that's just really important for a team player. Ryan Pope, we haven't talked about Ryan Pope before, so I thought I would throw him in. He played pretty well today on one-on-one drills at the offensive line spot. He stood up a couple of defensive linemen, so that's really good to see. Speaking about the offensive line, we have Joe Dahl. Joe Dahl played with that first team once again, which means Kenny Wiggins was on that second team at that left guard spot. Flowers and Graham Glasgow were going at it on one-on-one drills. They say it was a tie. We're glad to see Trey Flowers back, and that's really all that matters. You do have another quarterback, and his name is David Fales, and I haven't really talked a lot about David Fales. David Fales has been definitely improving. I think this guy has been getting more and more comfortable with the defense. Oh my. There you go, David. You're improving. Like I said, David's getting a lot better. Okay, that was more accurate than any of the other passes I've seen today. So that's definitely a good sign because last time, let's just not talk about last time. So that was pretty good, okay? At least that was somewhere on the field. So those are basically my takeaways, training camp for the Detroit Lions. Those are all my thoughts. That's all I can really come up with. Okay, I don't know what else to say. That's what I got. That's what I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Prop, for watching. We will start like a Madden tournament. I want to get a Madden tournament going. So again, make sure you guys check out my PlayStation. What am I trying to say? Make sure you guys go add me as a friend on PlayStation. I will put another post up, a community post about my gamer tag for PS4 if you did not get it. I don't have an Xbox at this point. Think about getting one, but I think we'll do our first tournament probably on the PS4. So if you guys want to be in that, make sure you add me in at some point. I'll get that set up so we can get that thing rolling. I think that would be very fun. Anyways, thank you, Prop, for watching, and I'm out.